books the greatest sprinter of them all.
Sports Center Year in Review.
What a year it was. Jump for joy, Canada. You have a gold medal.
It's all the best that 2012 has to offer. From the top 10 stories that stole the headlines.
A Stanley Cup for Los Angeles. The Kings are the Kings.
To the year's greatest highlights.
That's absolutely astonishing.
To all the lowlights.
But I knew that
And we turn the mic on for the year's best sound bites.
Gobble, gobble, gobble turkey from Jive Turkey Gobblers.
Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to all. We are so glad that you tuned in to our annual holiday tradition here at TSN, our Year in Review show. I'm Darren, she's Jen, and so I suppose we best get at it.
Yes, let's get at it. We begin with Eli Manning. After leading the New York Giants to their second Super Bowl victory in 4 years, Eli now has twice as many rings as his big brother Peyton. You can't spell elite without Eli. The number 10 story of the year, the elite quarterback.
I'll ask you straight out. Is Eli Manning an elite quarterback? Are you a top 5, top 10 quarterback?
Yeah, I think I am.
Are you in the Tom Brady class?
Yeah, I consider myself in that class.
He's nuts. He's not in the top 5. He's not as good as Brady is. Is he in the top 5 in the league now? No.
If you're going to say you're elite, you got to back it up.
and it fires downfield. The bomb is thrown.
I didn't think that he had that bravado about him, but you don't need bravado. You need performance.
Touchdown Giants.
He's calm, he's cool, he's collected.
What a throw.
He's going to score! 20, 10, 5, touchdown Giants!
This is as good a quarterback performance in the clutch with the season on the line as I have seen in a long, long time.
The Giants are going back to the Super Bowl.
And Eli Manning, beginning of the season, was asked, do you think that you're in Tom Brady's class? He said yes, and didn't back off of that comment.
Back to throw. Throws one left. Touchdown Giants. Victor Cruz on the slam.
You can't play quarterback better than Eli Manning did on that drive.
Brady's back. Has time. Wide open Welker, who dropped it. Boy, the ball was high and just to the outside.
3:46 to go in the game. The Patriots lead 17-15.
This is the drive. We've seen something like this before, haven't we? Yes, we have.
Moves up in the pocket. Goes a long pass down the sideline. It's an over-the-shoulder catch. He got it at the 50. Grabbed by Manningham.
Eli Manning, every time he gets in one of these fourth-quarter situations, he is incredible.
Touchdown Giants. Brady heaves one. Jump ball, and it's incomplete. And the ball game's over. And the Giants have won Super Bowl 46. Guess what? Eli's now 2-0 against Tom Brady in the games that matter the most.
Without a doubt, Eli Manning now one of the best in the business.
That young man never has to defend himself ever again.
Elite or not elite, he's better than any of us thought he was.
This past season for the Toronto Blue Jays was bitterly disappointing. They only won 73 games. The New York Yankees won the division with 95. But this offseason has been something else. Alex Anthopoulos has transformed his team into the World Series favorites, at least according to Las Vegas. The number 9 story, great expectations.
And the 1-0 pitch on the way. Swung on. Hit down the left field line. That'll win the game. It might be a grand slam. It is! How about that?
This team has been ravaged by injuries. That's a big loss for them.
Last season's disappointing 73 wins with 17 men placed on the disabled list is now in John Farrell's rearview mirror.
I would take exception with the thought that there was no intent to fulfill a contract.
This was a fait accompli with John Farrell.
It was about a week ago that Alex Anthopoulos mentioned to a friend of his that he was working on something really big.
In a move that has stunned the baseball world, The Toronto Blue Jays made a blockbuster 12-player deal with the Miami Marlins.
I had to go to a couple of our producers and ask them if they were joking because it kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
We're talking about one of the biggest trades in baseball history.
I think on paper right now the Blue Jays are contenders. They certainly have the talent.
Reyes right field, deep, and gone!
The Blue Jays just added Jose Reyes, Josh Johnson, Mark Burley, Emilio Bonifacio. They got a team.
The buzz in Toronto is going off right now, and they're really, really excited.
Would have been fine with making a two-player trade if it was the right players. It just happened to work out that way.
It's go time for the Blue Jays, no doubt about it. I mean, they clearly are, we view them completely differently now.
You don't expect the Blue Jays to go out and make the biggest splash of any team in the offseason, and they did. And they go out and make other moves as well.
It's really a thrill and honor to be back.
Well, how much do you believe in R.A. Dickey?
I really believe he's a front-of-the-rotation starter.
His second career one-hitter.
To get quality, you got to give up quality. But with Alex Anthopoulos, 3 years is up. It is time to win.
This brings a whole another level of pressure, stress, and expectations.
And I think given how much money that ownership spent on this team and all the moves they made and all the guys who are right in the prime of their career or maybe starting on the downside of their career a little bit, I think it would be a major disappointment if this team didn't make the playoffs in 13.
The best way to save face is to keep the lower half shut. Thankfully, precious few people take that advice. Here are the top 10 sound bites of the year.
Boston Celtics with perhaps the most impressive performance of the year. Down
Ball fight, man.
You're down 27 points.
Ball fight, Craig. Ball fight. Tonight was a ball fight, man. We knew they was going to come in with a lot of energy. Tonight was a ball fight. You ever been in the ball fight? Ask Charles. He been in the ball fight. This is what it was tonight.
4 years ago when I was in Phoenix and went through the similar slump, and Gretzky told me go have a burger and relax, don't think about hockey, and I did the same thing last night. I had a Big Mac meal from McDonald's, and maybe that was the key to score.
I was very emotional. I started to think about maybe the possibility of winning here today. The boys have done an unbelievable job. I had a few thoughts for my friend Sevi, and this one is for him.
Dumbest money ever spent.
Anything I ever had. Anything I ever had was dumb. Anything I ever did was dumb.
One life do-over.
What do you think? That ear thing was pretty heavy. I wish I could do that one over.
You would take it back?
Yeah. At least not his ear.
All right, well, stay off of mine.
Darryl, where were you when Dean called you about this job?
I think I was in the barn.
What were you doing in the barn?
I wasn't shoving shit. I remember that, but I had that day.
Ladies and gentlemen, the San Francisco 49ers. The San Francisco 49ers sweat ball.
I wonder what would happen if we did it to their two whining stars over there. I wonder what would happen. So I'm anxious to see what happens with the league with this. Just no respect amongst players. None. Sickening.
Why do you think that happens, a play like that?
Ask the guy who did it. Ask him. It's one of the most arrogant organizations in the league. They whine about this stuff all the time, and look what happens. It's ridiculous. But they'll whine about something else over there, won't they? Starting with their two stars.
I don't think there was ever a question there. I think it's just a lot of gobble, gobble turkey, you know, by just gobble, gobble, gobble turkey from jive turkey gobblers.
Great news, I'm not playing tomorrow night, and good news, we have a chance to win the game tomorrow.
What's your mindset going into tomorrow?
Make sure I'm not forget early in the morning my thermos, put some nice tea, and enjoy the bench.
We're just down one in the next game, get home. You know, they returned the favor.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Daddy.
But they returned the favor. Hey, they beat us at home, and we beat them at home. That's how you feel? Okay. No, it's the same thing. You know, we just gotta
have a different mentality.
When our countdown continues, it was a year fit for a king.
LeBron James captures that elusive title.
Find out where King James' crowning achievement ranks on our list.
Plus, writing a new chapter to his Hall of Fame career, Peyton Manning makes a mile-high move.
And it was a play that had the whole association talking.
Probably gonna be the screensaver on my phone.
Where will Blake Griffin's posterizing rank in the top 10 highlights of the year?
Welcome back to SportsCenter's Year in Review. Here are 2012's biggest stories so far. Number 10, the elite quarterback. Number 9, great expectations. After a short lockout and a 66-game regular season, the NBA playoffs finally began. And for LeBron James, it was all about winning a championship. The ring was the thing. Here's the number 8 story of the year, the chosen one.
We believe we can win multiple championships.
James drives at Terry. Way long.
Not 2, not 3. Off the mark. Not 5.
Every game in these finals, LeBron James has choked.
A stunning ending to one of the more compelling seasons in NBA history.
What should I do?
I still can't figure out what happened in that Dallas series.
I'm out there to be a game changer.
I'm going to put it very, very simply to you. It was fright night coming at you. He was scared to death.
And I didn't make enough game-changing plays. Losing the finals, it gave me an opportunity to learn how to go forward.
Game 1 of the 2012 NBA Finals.
I think LeBron James has to go berserk in this series if he wants that ring.
James throws it down. James puts it up and in. It's 18-2. The different attacking style that he's had in these finals as opposed to last year.
He led his team and, more importantly, lifted his team. I think it says a lot about him.
LeBron James is ready for the moment.
Oh, what a pass from LeBron James. James the drive. Count it and one.
He was involved just about every play.
Do I think he has the clutch gene? Did he prove that? No.
Tries a 3. Bang! LeBron James from downtown.
28.6 points, 10.2 rebounds, 7.4 assists.
Wow. You're not making yourself look very good right now, Skip Bayless.
LeBron made that next step, and I think they answered all the critics.
The Miami Heat are once again NBA champions. LeBron James captures that elusive title he so desperately coveted. It's about damn time.
It was about damn time, and now he can legitimately be talked about as one of the top 10 greatest players of all time.
This is like where Michael Jordan was in like 1993. There's chapters and chapters to come.
They're going to keep winning, which will continue to make people mad, which is why it's such a great storyline.
Peyton Manning sat out an entire season with a neck injury that threatened to derail his career. The All-Pro quarterback was then released by the Indianapolis Colts, the only team he'd ever known. Manning got a new uniform, and the Denver Broncos got the same old Manning. The number 7 story of the year, Mile High Manning.
I've been a Colt for almost all of my adult life. But I guess we all know that nothing lasts forever.
A guy gets hurt, the franchise falls apart more than any franchise in history. And the number 1 rated passer probably since Peyton Manning is sitting there available.
2 doctors have recently medically cleared Manning.
The moment there was a possibility that he'd be able to throw the ball the same, he was coming back.
We got a reminder today that pro football is ultimately business.
Peyton Manning, the face of the Colts, said a very emotional goodbye.
We're here to announce the conclusion of Peyton's playing career with the Colts.
When one of the greatest quarterbacks in pro sports is suddenly up for auction, it's going to be an absolute circus.
We still don't know where Peyton Manning will sign.
Peyton Manning's one of the best of all time, and anybody would be lucky to have him.
I heard the Dolphins need a quarterback and Peyton is available.
How many times in history in any sport is there a guy who you could say, if we signed that guy, we could win the championship?
Whoever won the sweepstakes would become a Super Bowl contender immediately.
Peyton Manning is now officially a Bronco.
What other general manager or president or owner could possibly sit down with Peyton Manning and say, hey, I've been where you are.
I think it made a huge difference that one legend could talk to another legend and lure him there.
My goal is to make Peyton Manning the best quarterback that's ever played the game.
Here comes Manning now for the first time wearing a different uniform. Name me another athlete that has had 4 neck surgeries, comes back and plays as well as he has.
Touchdown, Denver! A perfectly thrown pass. Let's go. Keep making plays. Let's go.
There's no doubt about it. The Denver Broncos are a legitimate threat to win the Super Bowl.
He is the MVP today in the National Football League.
He's having another Peyton Manning year.
If he continues to progress, you will see the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. And you know what? They might just win.
Our countdown continues after the break. In a script fit for Hollywood, the Los Angeles Kings make a magical and historic run toward Lord Stanley.
And the best sights and sounds from a year of championship achievements are straight ahead in the Ultimate SC.
It's Spain's crown again. They retain the title and create history. Stamkos looking for 50. Top the 100 for Steven Stamkos. Stamkos scores! Number 60.
Miguel Cabrera, the first Triple Crown winner since '67.
Lionel Messi rewrites the history book. A new goal king. NASCAR Sprint Cup Championship for Penske Racing and Michigan's Brad Keselowski.
We did it.
Yes! Goodbye! Home run number 3. And that's the ball game. And for the 7th time, the Giants are the world champions. Adrian Peterson. Uh-oh! Watch out! Touchdown, Minnesota! It was only a matter of time.
Milos Raonic.
We are seeing the emergence of the next big thing in men's tennis.
This kid can thump the serve.
The greatest night in the history of Chelsea Football Club. European champions.
And it's back-to-back MLS Cups for the Los Angeles Galaxy.
Ryder Hedger wins the Giro d'Italia. The Maple Leaf flies in Milan.
It's Spain's crown again. They retain the title and create history.
2012 PGA champion Rory McIlroy.
What a debut for Robert Griffin III. He's thrown for 320 yards. He's run for 42.
Canada can celebrate its first gold medal at London 2012.
We're counting down the biggest stories of 2012. Here's what we've seen so far. Number 10, the elite quarterback. Number 9, great expectations. Number 8, the chosen one. Number 7, Mile High Manning. In 1967, the Los Angeles Kings joined the National Hockey League, and even the great Wayne Gretzky could not get them a title. And then this season rolled around, and LA entered the playoffs as an 8 seed and ended up as the Stanley Cup champions. Here's the number 6 story. The Kings are finally crowned.
Nobody likes being traded. You almost take it as a slap in the face. When you have that cup in your hand skating around the ice, it is something special.
I just wanted to get back out there, not to prove myself to anyone but myself.
This team has always seemed to get stuck.
They certainly have something to prove. They're underperforming.
Expected to contend in the West, the Kings instead found themselves in the bottom third of the conference by mid-December, prompting a change behind the bench.
I never thought in my lifetime beyond the Gretzky years that Los Angeles would ever win. The great story for me in that was Daryl Sutter.
Nothing like game day.
Columbus Blue Jackets make a major trade. Jeff Carter reunited with Mike Richards.
We never probably thought this would happen again.
Jeff Carter was a chance, but I think a chance Dean Lombardi had to take because his job was on the line.
With Carter on board, the Kings went 13-5-3 down the stretch and snuck into 8th in the West.
It's a hell of an accomplishment for the players. That's what it's about. They're the guys that sweat and bleed.
It's maybe the best 8th place team ever.
The President's Trophy winners are in big trouble against all the Kings men.
Still on one, Stoll shoots, he scores! The Kings have eliminated Vancouver, and the Kings are moving on.
And the Los Angeles Kings are going to move to 4-0 on the road this year in the playoffs.
They were a team built for the road, big, strong team.
They planted the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, now on to round 3.
And they've been waiting for this since 1993. Kid for Penner, he scores! Dustin Penner ends it in overtime, and the LA Kings are going to the Stanley Cup final. Tatar in alone in the overtime. Scores! A second successive overtime win.
Jonathan Quick was ready. And for me, he's the reason the Los Angeles Kings won the Stanley Cup.
For the first time in their 45-year history, a Stanley Cup for Los Angeles. The Kings are the Kings.
All right, we have reached the halfway point to our #1 story of 2012.
Lance Armstrong has no place in cycling.
Lance Armstrong's fall from grace is front and center next.
And it's a top 10 list no one wants any part of. We count down the year's best lowlights next.
But I knew that
Who should we use to
even got
We're halfway through our year in review. Here are 2012's biggest stories so far. Number 10, the elite quarterback. Number 9, great expectations. Number 8, the chosen one. Number 7, Mile High Manning. Number 6, King's Crown.
From bike racing to battling cancer, Lance Armstrong was never one to back down from a fight. At least not until he faced a fight he knew he couldn't win. Armstrong is no hero. He's a cheat, and he continues to deny the truth. The number 5 story of the year, Lie Strong.
This is my body, and I can do whatever I want to it.
Lance is the biggest fraud in the history of sport.
Lance Armstrong just confirmed his Tour de France win.
Dominant champion.
His fairy tale just goes on and on.
He beat cancer, and he is the champion of the Tour de France.
Anybody with a reasonable mind knew that he had cheated.
I saw this bag of blood and saw it in his arm, yeah.
Armstrong has the advantage here. He's on the right side of these riders.
EPO, testosterone, steroids, growth hormone, cortisone.
To deny the reality of Lance's doping after reading this report would be like denying gravity.
Lance Armstrong has been barred from competing in the Ironman France triathlon.
Armstrong still denies ever taking illegal performance-enhancing drugs, but almost all of his former teammates have now come forward saying he doped.
To me, deny is lie, lie, lie.
If it can't be any clearer than I've never taken drugs, then incidents like that could never happen.
Breaking news tonight, Armstrong announced he would give up his years-long fight against what he called an unconstitutional witch hunt.
I definitely would have expected Lance to fight all the way to the grave.
UCI will ban Lance Armstrong from cycling, and UCI will strip him of his 7 Tour de France titles.
If truly you've done something and want to come out of this, the one thing we've learned about doping, the one thing we've learned about the Michael Vicks of the world when they do something so horrible, just admit it.
There's numerous contracts that I have that would all go away. Sponsorship agreements, for example. All of them.
Nike President Phil Knight said, "It is with great sadness that we have terminated our contract with him."
He had to go.
I guess overall picture, it's the biggest doping scandal in history.
He said, "Man, how you doing?" I said, "I've been better, but I've also been worse."
We continue now with the SportsCenter Year in Review show. You know, it's fitting, Dutch, that we go from Lance Armstrong to the lowlights of the year.
Yeah, it is very appropriate, Jen. Although these plays are not disingenuous like Armstrong, they just kind of happen. Nobody wants to get tagged in the head with a soccer ball or have a football bounce in your face or be involved in a 10-bike pileup.
That's right, and this year the cyclists have been replaced by a dirt bike. Crashing out is bad enough. Getting run over by your own bike is rock bottom.
No, that's awful. It is the best of the very worst. Here's the top 10 lowlights of 2012.
After being a no-show at the White House when the champion Bruins were honored by President Obama, questions about Tim Thomas's political beliefs followed him all season.
No comment. I would really appreciate it if people would leave my teammates and my family out of it. From now on, the first question I get about it every day, I'm done interviewing for that day.
Do you regret writing it?
I'm out.
Yellow 80! Yellow 80! Say that!
During a Grey Cup week event, Toronto Mayor Rob Ford shows that dress shoes aren't ideal footwear for a quarterback. Alex Radulov's KHL coach learns the hard way that his player is just a bit frustrated.
That ball hit deep in right center field. Stretch. And the ball gets away. Here comes Waz. He's going to score. And the Sox win this ball game 9-8. Yes.
Here we go. Now it's the same. Oh, man. I know exactly how that feels. I do not know how that felt. Oh, man. He's going to get up. He's getting up.
Wow. Devin Seneguchi to tie this up. Carey Price could win the game.
He just went to pull it back quickly, puck's rolling, and then the worst possible feeling. Where's the trap door when you need it?
Here's what happened. Holland will toss the ball. The little guy is crying.
Oh, my goodness.
He didn't get hit. He just didn't get the ball. Oh, my God. They can't give it to the kid? Wow. They're actually, like, rubbing it in the kid's face. And those people are oblivious. Oblivious. Oh, my goodness. Yes, there's a nice, happy ending to that story. Somebody from the Ranger dugout. They tossed him a ball. Look at the grin. And look at the greedy people next to him. Just oblivious. Oh, let's make out.
We talked to Tom Moore then at Indianapolis, the offensive coordinator. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose, and it's alive.
Mark Sanchez not expecting it, and it was the backside of Brandon Moore that knocked the ball out. I have never seen this before in my life.
3 straight birdies and pouring a 5-hole stretch turned around for you today.
Yeah, that was kind of the difference. I got off to a slow start, but I knew that I knew
always something to spice matters up.
Yeah, enjoy the gel self out.
Backpedals to the 40. Looking, still waiting. Here as he lets it go to the left side of the end zone for a jump ball. And is it caught in the end zone? Touchdown!
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Goodness!
This is deciding who wins the game on this call.
Review. The call on the field stands. Touchdown.
Seahawks win in the most bizarre finish you'll ever see. Still can't believe that call as our countdown edges closer to number 1. A ray of light on the gridiron. Ricky Ray and the Argos deliver a party 100 years in the making.
And putting on a show across the pond.
Throw another gold medal in the pile for Michael Phelps.
Where will Michael Phelps and Usain Bolt's Golden Summers rank on our list when we return?
We are making our way to the top story of 2012. Here's the list so far. Number 10, the elite quarterback. Number 9, Great Expectations. Number 8, The Chosen One. Number 7, Mile High Manning. Number 6, King's Crown. Number 5, Lie Strong. It is Canada's game, and all year long, the CFL had been celebrating its centennial, including a train that literally went from coast to coast, culminating in the 100th Grey Cup in Toronto. The city really embraced it, and the Argonauts won it. Here is the number 4 story, the historic 100th Grey Cup.
Ricky Ray is coming to Toronto in a blockbuster CFL deal.
Now we have a premier quarterback in Ricky Ray.
I think now that people look at us as legitimate contenders. I'm excited about the opportunity.
Without Ricky Ray, there's not a chance that the Argonauts probably would have made the playoffs.
Ricky Ray's playing great football, and right now in the short term, Toronto Argonauts have won that trade.
There's no doubt in football the quarterback is the most important position, but you have to catch the football.
Catch made by Chad Owens, one-handed.
Chad Owens has passed Pinball Clements and made history.
It's destiny. All this, everything that happened this year, happened for a reason.
The Argos are going to play in the 100th Grey Cup game in Toronto.
To celebrate the 100th Grey Cup game, the CFL took the cup on a 10-week train tour across the country, making 138 stops, giving fans an all-access pass to this iconic trophy.
We were here first thing in the morning. It just gives you goosebumps.
I was excited going through it and, see the lockers and, your names on the Grey Cup.
I found a picture that I had not seen of my father, and it was there. It was tough.
The Grey Cup and the Canadian Football League
are iconic institutions. It's great to see the country finally embracing them.
We are ready for a game 100 years in the making. Swing it to the near side. Chad Owens, a man to beat. He does. Touchdown.
The Grey Cup is always big, but it's big in a Canadian way. And this time it felt really big.
They swing it out. There's Andre Dury. And the Toronto guy into the end zone. Touchdown. The Toronto Argonauts have won the historic 100th.
For us to get hot at the end of the year and be able to make this run, you know, in the 100th Grey Cup in front of our home fans is just an awesome feeling.
Ain't nothing like this right now for a Toronto boy raised in Canada, man. We dream of the Grey Cup.
It's fitting that the Toronto Argonauts win the 100th Grey Cup. It's good for the league. It's good for the country.
In the big picture, it was as close to perfect as perfect can get.
One Summer Olympic Games, two of the greatest Olympians ever. Michael Phelps becomes the most decorated of all time. Usain Bolt, the finest sprinter the world has ever seen. Athletes of this caliber are once in a lifetime. In 2012, we had two in the same games. The number 3 story of the year, London Legends.
Lochte holding the lead. Phelps fighting for second.
Michael's now been beaten here.
Johan Blake delivers the big one. Bolt is beaten.
The 27-year-old is not as prepared. He hasn't done nearly the volume of training this time around.
It's unclear if the Jamaican will get to the starting line injury-free. Gold for Lochte. Michael Phelps does not even get a medal.
He's not up to what he used to be. When he lost his first couple of races, he thought, uh-oh, this is going to be a disaster for him.
Even in his signature event, the 200 butterfly, he lost, but he still bounced back.
And the greatest swimmer in Olympic history is now the most decorated Olympian of all time.
Great athletes, great Olympians need someone to push them along. For Michael Phelps, it was Ryan Lochte.
You know, he'd beaten me a couple times, and I didn't want it to happen anymore.
Here's the duel they were talking about. Michael Phelps answers back. Another gold medal, and the first male swimmer who has won an Olympic race back to back to back. Michael Phelps' Olympic career ends the way most of it has been spent, on top.
He passed Larissa Latinina. He's won more medals than any Olympian in history. He's more than a legend.
We've seen Bolt getting set to step onto the track for the final in the men's 100 meters.
When Johan Blake finally beat him, there was a lot of talk coming into London that maybe it wasn't Usain Bolt anymore. Same thing, he was pushed.
Usain Bolt bringing it up, and he has done it. Usain Bolt is the repeat Olympic champion at 100 meters.
An Olympic record. He answers the questions with authority.
He's such a character, it wouldn't shock me if he just lost a couple of races just to make it more dramatic when he won.
Now Bolt pulls away and runs straight into the history books. The greatest sprinter of them all. The first man to repeat as the 100-200 double champion.
Says shh, maybe to anyone who doubted him before the Olympics began.
Is there a throne in England big enough to hold this man? I think not.
He ranks there with Jesse Owens and Carl Lewis. He is an Olympic legend.
But I have never seen two athletes dominate their sports the way Bolt and Phelps have.
I've had the chance to do things that nobody else has ever done before. I'm happy, I'm satisfied. I went out how I wanted to go out, and it's time to move on.
I came here to be a legend, and that's why I'm here, and that's what I did.
What we did was witness a great athlete become a true legend.
Down to the top 2 now in the SportsCenter Year in Review. Icing, another season on the ice. Where will the latest NHL work stoppage land on our list?
And prepare to be amazed.
Center fielder over, diving. Oh, what a catch!
The top 10 highlights of the year are just around the corner. We are closing in on the top story of 2012. Here's what we've seen so far. Number 10, the elite quarterback. Number 9, great expectations. Number 8, the chosen one. Number 7, Mile High Manning. Number 6, King's Crown. Number 5, Lie Strong. Number 4, Argos win the 100th Grey Cup. Number 3, London Legends.
If you thought it was hard to explain icing to your 6-year-old son, try explaining the NHL lockout. It can't be done. The game is exciting, the league is thriving, and once again, the fans have been left out in the cold. It is shameful. The number 2 story of the year, the lockout.
It would have been better for all of us if we had made a deal last August, or last June, or last February.
This thing was ordained to be a long-term fight right from the get-go.
Anyone who tries to pin it on one side is foolish.
The league has presented an offer to the players.
The NHL Players Association provided their alternative view to the league.
I don't buy into the premise of owners needing to be protected from themselves.
Teams were falling all over themselves to sign players before the deadline.
The lockout is a choice. It doesn't have to be made.
It's not about what's fair. It's not about what's right. It's about who can get the most based on their leverage.
Meetings this week supposedly center around the so-called make-whole issue.
So we go from a, hey, they're talking to, hey, they're nowhere close.
We're not prepared to open another season until we have a new collective bargaining agreement.
As expected, the exodus of players to Europe begins.
Pretty much going over there for free just to keep playing.
I don't want to say that the National Hockey League may have underestimated the resolve of the players, but perhaps they did to some degree, and maybe the star players.
Guys aren't going to give in when it comes to contract stuff.
The NHL have to respect our contracts.
If they want to hurt their own game and drive into the ground, that's what they'll do.
The owners are counting on the fact that the players will one day wake up and say, it's just not worth the fight anymore.
Day 18.
34 days.
Day 69.
86.
Everybody would like an 82-game schedule.
A full 82-game regular season.
A full 82-game season.
We want to play 82 games. It looks like the 82-game season is not going to be a reality.
All the games scheduled through November the 30th.
The Winter Classic has been canceled.
All games through December 14th.
The level of anger, if not apathy, that I'm seeing with a lot of fans is more pronounced.
Excuse me 1 second. I'm in the middle of a media scrum. I'll be happy to talk to you when I'm done.
Can you pull some strings to end the NHL lockout?
They are not going forwards. It looks like they're actually going backwards.
Early December in New York was really kind of bizarre.
The sense we're getting is this round of discussion is absolutely the most critical so far in this process. When it appeared the NHL and the Players Association may be getting some traction, things completely fell apart.
There has been a development. It's not a positive one.
I am disappointed beyond belief.
A voicemail message.
Term limits on player contracts, which is the hill we will die on.
What can we tell the hockey fans of Canada?
He said we're close when we weren't. I find it almost incomprehensible that he did that.
It's damaged the game, and the question is how much?
I think it will take longer to recover than 04-05.
Fans understood the reasons for the lockout last time. This time around, the fans' appetite for forgiveness, I think, is not nearly as great, and it's going to be a much more difficult road back.
It looks like this is not going to be resolved in the immediate future.
This lockout is incomprehensible, but we do not love sports because of its ugly politics. We love it because of the highlights. It's why we watch. They make us laugh or moan or groan or jump out of our seats. Sometimes all of the above. Here are the top 10 highlights from 2012.
Great recovery by Orlov in the middle. Otherwise, Kane would have had a goal there. Terrific pass and reach.
Ovechkin with a fancy move of his own, and he finishes.
Here comes the grade 8. Now he's got some time and some room and a chance to work one-on-one. And he does the old fancy between the feet.
Spencer pulls up. Ladd runs into Kyle Turst. Spencer dangles in front. Score!
Jason Spezza, he puts on a clinic. This is all Jason Spezza. Oh my goodness. Taking advantage of some tired defenders with some sick mitts.
He should be credited with both assists and the goal.
Gary Joseph looking into the corner for Cope again. It's off Phillips. What a catch! Did you see that? Touchdown! A remarkable catch by Gary Cope off the fingertips of Ryan Phillips. We've got a catch of the year candidate tonight. And that ball in the gap. Center fielder over, diving. Oh, what a catch! Thomas Neal just robbed him of an extra base hit and saved a run for Canada. Oh, is that pretty? That's one of the best I have seen since I've been coming here. Thomas Neal, you are a web gem. Paul Giroux, 3 for 5 this year, 36% for his career. Moves on in, and he scores! 6
and says, oh my God, can I leave now?
And here comes everybody. Bowles has to get rid of it in a hurry, and one-handed catch is made by Jason Abad. One of the big circus catches of the year for 20.
Unbelievable catch. High drive, left field. Davis back on the track, at the wall, leaps, and he makes the play. Oh, what a play by Davis. He took a home run away from Casey McGee. It's a physical game.
Oh my goodness! Has lightning struck twice? A monster jam by Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin may have just mosqued off Kendrick Perkins.
Malkin galloping. Malkin to the goal. Scores!
It is so Mario-like. He took it from one end to the other, and there was no denying him when he set his mind to it.
I don't know, how sweet was that? The number one highlight is still to come. And just think, these highlights didn't even make the top 10.
Down at the wall, leaps up, and he makes the catch.
Find out what the number one highlight of the year is when we return.
And you've seen stories 10 through 2. Stay tuned as the number one story of 2012 is unveiled next.
We are moments away from revealing the number one story of 2012. Here's a list so far. Number 10, The Elite Quarterback. Number 9, Great Expectations. Number 8, The Chosen One. Number 7, Mile High Manning. Number 6, King's Crown. Number 5, Fly Strong. Number 4, Argos win the 100 Grey Cup. Number 3, London Legends. Number 2, The Lockout. No story captivated this country this year quite like the Canadian national women's soccer team. They went to London as underachievers and ended up Olympic medalists. Now, never has this country felt so passionately about women's soccer, which quickly turned to outrage when they played the U.S. The number one story of the year, Medal of Honor.
The Olympics is one of those special occasions where things do happen. They're dreaming of that personal best, dreaming of a gold medal.
Canada in white, Great Britain in the blue.
Christine Sinclair, history for Canada. They're into the semifinals against their old nemesis.
It's been a while. 26 matches spanning over 11 years.
To call it a rivalry is almost a bit of a misnomer.
It's pretty much war.
I mean, the stage was set.
The stage is set at one of soccer's most historic venues.
It's the theater of dreams. It's where things happen.
We have to play the game of our lives.
Tancredi off for Christine Sinclair. Here's Christine Sinclair! Canada leads against the United States.
It was as if she said, I have to do this myself.
There's an expression in sports called beast mode.
Sinclair! Christine Sinclair puts Canada back in front.
It had so many twists and turns.
And just like that, the United States tie it back up.
One of those games where the country stops.
Towards Christine Sinclair! It's a hat-trick for Christine Sinclair!
A hat-trick in a soccer game?
An incredible story for Canada.
I've done 14 Olympics. I've seen some great Olympic performances. 2 goals is a big deal. 3 goals is unheard of.
Big-time games need big-time players, and there's no one bigger than Christine Sinclair.
And I'm like, wow, this could happen.
Safe hands from Erin McLeod. Some confusion on the pitch as to what the call was made for.
She didn't even give her a warning.
Referee's given that for handling outside the box. I'm not sure how she can call that.
Substandard.
One of the worst days in the history of officiating in any sport. Comes to Rapinoe. That's blocked, and the referee says penalty.
What was her name? Christina
Pettersson.
Christina Pettersson.
And Abby Wambach squeezes it home. 3-3.
Hashtag the fix is in.
In towards Wambach. It's Morgan with a header at the end of extra time. A brave effort. Falls short for Canada.
I think it's a travesty.
It's 2 bizarre decisions. I've never seen a decision like that given.
The ref played a little bit too much into the result tonight.
That's the new Canadian look after Vancouver. You know, we're not afraid to stand up and beat our chests, and if something's wrong, to speak out.
The women will now have to regroup and channel their energy towards the bronze medal match against France.
Go Canada!
The air was out of their tires a little bit, but they survived.
Sophie Schmidt takes a deflection. Matheson in stoppage time. They will see the flag rise. It is a triumph.
One of those moments that just galvanized a nation.
The first team in Canada and in a Summer Games to medal since 1936.
I'm just so proud of this team.
Bronze medal winners in the Olympic tournament.
Their accomplishment is truly one for the ages.
That's the beauty of sport.
Congratulations, Canada. You have done the nation proud.
What a team. Well, the beautiful game also taking the top spot for highlight of the year. Swedish striker Zlatan Ibrahimovic has never been short on self-confidence. Ask him who's the world's best soccer player, and he will tell you it is he. Supremely arrogant, and now a goal to match the ego. For many, it's the best goal ever scored. Here's the highlight of the year.
Well, Hart didn't quite get that right. Oh, look at that! That's absolutely astonishing. You won't see a better goal than that this season. Almost impossible to do it justice. That is simply fantastic.
Out with the old and in with the new. From all of us here at SportsCenter, a very happy new year to everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. We love doing this show. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again. Bye-bye for now, folks.
Commentator clothing provided by Cobbler.